Good morning. You should have seen on that first image that I put up the temperature here in North Idaho. And honestly, if I remember, it's already been probably 10 minutes since I took that screenshot. I think it said it feels like 19 with the wind chill out there. And I don't think that's right. A couple of weeks ago, I was out jogging around, getting ready for a 5K sometime in April. In fact, it may have already happened by the time this video drops. Anyway, a couple weeks ago I was out running, no wind. It was 8 degrees and it didn't feel nearly as cold at that 8 degrees as what I was feeling moving some equipment in here. Okay, this video is going to be slightly out of sequence. I was hoping to do actually the base that the Imperial logos were sitting on, but I had to do some re-gluing of this from when I think I posted, uploaded a video already of this being glued. Well, I had to do some repair work, and so it was out in the garage. Because of the cold weather, I brought my sand into the garage so it would be ready to go. Normally it's kept in the shed, and that sand was, it was unworkable with it being below 20 degrees. So I brought it here, excuse me, into the garage to warm up, and then I was just going to cart it back out to the shed and then start on that other project. Well, this glue had set up and I had the sand already in the garage. And not only that, but this flask I don't think is going to fit well on my workbench. And so I just thought, well, I'll just go ahead and do it here on the garage floor. And sorry, because my father-in-law is doing some repair work so we can move our washer and dryer from where it was in the kitchen into the garage here. Wifey wanted those moved around. So there's some construction work further towards the wall there, away from the garage door. So I'm not able to get right under the light. So this is going to be the best lighting that will be available for this. I don't think it's going to cause a problem. I think I found a flat portion. I know the garages, they look flat, but every once in a while there's a spot. And anyway, this flask is sitting what looks to be flat. I don't have a board underneath, but I'm pretty sure that when I flip this thing over, that the model there, my blank, gosh, talk about a blank, not being able to think of my master here, 3D printed, it's not going to drop out of the sand. I'm pretty sure of that. In fact, there may be a bit of a challenge getting it out. This is going to be one of the largest, this is going to be the longest piece for sure, and the longest flask that I've ever used. Originally I got this flask for a commissioned sword, but customer never got back to me on it, so I haven't cast that yet. But that's what I had this flask built specifically for, that sword, and I need it here for my plant stand. It's going to be one of 2 legs that'll be in the back of the plant stand. Anyway, enough of the jibber jabber. Just like I have recently, I'm going to pretend that I'm doing this live, although I'm not actually live, and I'll just upload the raw data. Here we go. I can tell right now this is going to be hard on my 58-year-old knees. It's alright if it turns out it'll be worth it. What I like about this is that it's pretty much just a straight piece. I don't anticipate there being any problems with this. So basically, I got my normal system down here. Well, sprue will come down, and I'll just have my short little runner that I normally use with my small flasks, and then a little trap there, and then I'll also have a single vent riser, and I'll do it right at the top where this is going. But this is a flat piece. I don't see any reason why this doesn't run all the way, and it'll be just fine. If there's anything, I don't think I need a riser here. We'll see. If this doesn't turn out, the only thing I could see is that for one reason or another, it doesn't make it all the way to the end before the aluminum cools. But it's considerably warmer here in the garage, so it's not like, well, I don't know if 30 degrees would make a difference. 30 or 40, could be even higher than that. I imagine it's not much warmer than 50 or 60 degrees in the garage here. And I'm only basing that on the fact that I may need to take a layer off under my coveralls. All right, enough, again, jibber jabber. Let's get going. Quick side note here. I'm listening to some 80s music on Spotify and was reminded of the musical question. What is a Wang Chung, since everyone's going to Wang Chung tonight? I don't think I've ever heard an answer to that question, even after all of these decades. One of the reasons I've not attempted to do a actual real live is that some could come up, and I'm always concerned, if I'm not on guard, what some of my reactions might be. But it's not always negative in that respect. Sometimes I don't want to do this live sort of stuff because, like I said, I'm listening to 80s music. That would be, see where I'm listening to right now. Well, on the whole, it's the soundtrack of my late teens and early 20s. And the last thing I want to do in a live broadcast is do a whole bunch of off-key, pitchy, horrible singing. I think I've mentioned before on this channel, there is a reason I'm an instrumentalist and not a vocalist. All right, I forgot there was something I wanted to do because I learned this when I was using the other flask. What was it for my, when I'm making my metal flask, the one that's kind of like this, that long, that I need to tap underneath here at least a little bit. Now there's not a lot of detail I need to capture, so it's probably not going to be as big of a deal, but I just want to get in that habit when I use these larger flasks. All right. All right, this is already killing my back. Oh, goodness. All right, biggest unknown in this, and the only thing that I'm now hesitant about once the sand was nice and thawed and workable is whether or not I actually have enough sand for this flask. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about right now. Boy, it might be close. All right, gotta take a sweatshirt off. All right, had a musical break because I've listened to 80s music. It wasn't so long ago before I added it to my playlist. I had forgotten that Michael Bolton's debut album was actually a rock album before he started getting all crooner and such. And so I got the it's a title Fool's Game. Is that the title of that initial release from that album? All right. Boy, I hope I have enough sand. Oh goodness, I wish I was standing when I was doing this. Ah. Got up too fast. Got up too fast. All right, I'm gonna just sweep around this. I'll come back when I flip it over, but I gotta take a break. All right, I promise I'll not leave anything out. I just need a breather. Well, in addition to a little rest, I also needed to swap batteries. In the meantime, I was reminded again about that singing. Yeah, you guys really didn't want to hear me try to sing along with Judas Priest. And besides, I'm not heading out to the highway anyway. Staying in the garage. Now, I did make certain that the floor of the garage was clean before I started. So, in the event I needed to mop up every single grain of sand. And even then, I can still see some dirt. Probably came in on my boots. My favorite drum fill just showed up. 16th notes across all the toms that are available. Did that. That's the way I did my drum breaks in high school. Before I learned that I could be a little more subtle and musical. It's effective though in the right place, right context. All right, let's try to roll this guy over. And I don't see why this won't go well, other than the fact that it's long and it's going to be heavy. Yeah, that's heavy. I'm going to need to reconsider whether or not I can use this flask for that sword. Oh my goodness. That's all right. Got it. Do this without dropping the mold. Try to do it slowly. There we go. All right, not too bad. Pattern's there. Still in frame. All right, if I got enough sand. Oh, here's the beautiful thing. Since I'm going to, this is the drag, so I can just fill that cope up as high as I can, and I'll just bridge around here so that any metal doesn't go pouring into my flask. Okay, let's see that there's my master here. My blank is not perfectly flat. And looking at my little logo interconnects, which reminds me, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous video when I was doing the curves. I went back and I looked at my trellis, and sure enough, the middle part is hollow on these interconnects. And I was thinking about it. It's like, how come they turned out so well on my trellis, but not so well here? And then it hit me, and I think this is the reason why. And that's because this and the curves that I cast were solid pieces. Whereas when I did my trellis, each piece was individual and just sitting in place, which was why getting it straight, keeping it straight was so difficult. But because of that, I was able to tap on this, pull it out, tap on this part, pull it out, and then tap on the interconnect and then pull it out. And by doing that, being able to do that extra tap, I think then helped it release from the sand and left a little core in place. So then when I poured, everything was fine. All right. All right, I'm gonna want to make certain I tuck this real heavy because this sand is a little wet. I may have gotten a little aggressive on the hydration because it felt like it was a little on the dry side with it being so cold, when I think what happened is that it wasn't binding together because of probably ice crystals and such. All right, now, did I identify how I want this to go? I don't think I have. Let me see. There's got to be markings on the end of this somewhere. Oh yeah, there we are. Okay. Pencil. So they're very faint. And of course, yeah, there they are. They're right here. So this goes this way. I'm kind of dilly-dallying here. What I should do is stop and have a sandwich or something, but I'll do that after this mold is made. Probably should have gone back. I realized that I didn't grab my respirator. All that talcum powder dust. Yeah, that's got to be good for the lungs, right? All right, no detail here to capture. Just want to keep the two halves from sticking. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm not too concerned about this backside much anyway. And, oh, got up too quick. Donated plasma this morning, so I'm probably a couple of quarts low on my fluids here. On the lightheaded side. Yeah, and then with this being a straight piece, any kind of flashing. I mean, unless it spreads out, which reminds me, I'm going to need to go and grab some lead weights. I didn't bring those, although it's almost all of my sand. It's hard to imagine that I'm pouring enough aluminum to lift the mold up. But that would be the only thing I'd be bothered by, is if there was, you know, like flashing that came all the way out. Although I think the bandsaw could still take care of it. All right, let's just get this going. Forgiveness, even if you don't. All right, I can tell I'm not gonna have enough sand. That's okay. I'll just rim up what I got here. All right, I'm not going to be able to fill this up. However, I think, looking at where this is the first chamber on the drag there, and so I think, well, and I know my runner and what I hope to be my risers should be in this section here. So I think I'm going to pack that, and I'm hoping this stays in place when it comes time to flip it over. I can see, oh my. Yeah, I should have used my small sieve. Those of you that are also metal casters, let me know in the comments below whether you've seen anybody try anything like what I'm trying to do here. Is this going to be crazy? Is this just looking for trouble? Once that quote from, is it one of the Dirty Harry movies? A man's got to know his limitations. Well, I hope I guessed right on where the functional part of things are under there. May not be too bad if I can. No, it's not going to fill it. I was going to say if I can fill this whole portion here, but. All right, I'm just here trying to make certain everything's packed as tight as I can make it. Since I can't do this exactly the right way. Packing down what looks like might be loose sand. Patting it down along the way. Especially under these cross pieces. Not to smash my fingers along the way. Okay, as I'm finishing this up, it's occurring to me that because of this, I want to be extra careful in removing the coat and then putting it back on. And because of its size and its weight, I think I want to make it a two-person job. And if my son were still living at home, I'd certainly ask him to help me out. And, I mean, he's not too far. He's still here in town. And then there's also my son-in-law. But I think I'll see if wifey wants to help me out. Which means I'm going to go ahead and turn the video off here. That way wifey doesn't have to worry about being on camera or anything. And then I'll pick it back up when the time is appropriate, probably when the mold is all made. If, however, this breaks and falls apart and makes a big, huge mess, I'll be sure to turn the camera on for that. So it may be a bit before I come back, although you won't even know any time's passed. Okay, so far so good. Wifey came out. We got this part, and so now I just need to take this out. So I'll show that. I have not turned this over on its back yet to cut the sprue and riser yet. So see if I can successfully get this out, because I think this is going to be a challenge too, with it being as large as it is. Okay, so I'm probably going to put several different screws in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 segments, so I'm going to put 5 in. And of course, I should have had the foresight to put these holes in first. It's going to work just fine. All right, I see an area here where there could be some flash, because I see kind of a divot there. All right. Of course, if it comes out that easy, as those two did, that'll be fantastic, but I doubt it. Let's see if I can scoop as much of this out. I don't want to move this mold around any more than I need to. All right. Okay, that part's loose. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, that felt pretty good. All right. Although not a single core stayed in place, I'm going to try to decide whether I want to. Oh, and the glue just gave up. All right, but that's okay. It served its purpose. I can re-glue later. All right, I think I'm going to go that way. How entertaining was that? Here I am, struggling with getting up too fast and being lightheaded. And here I'm get winded there. Little Joan Jett. Poor girl, she hates herself for loving me. Okay, let's see if I can, this works. And yeah, it's really tough not to sing to the chorus this Joan Jett song. If I were in the car, windows rolled up, I'd be screaming this at the top of my lungs. Didn't bother to double check that the camera's catching all of this. Okay, I'm not feeling any breakaway yet with what I'm doing here, so I think things are holding. All right, and let's put this riser right here. I don't think it's going to need a whole lot of hydraulic pressure. Okay, that felt good too, all the way down to the concrete. Alright, now I'm not sure how I'm going to film this next part because it's going to kind of be hard and awkward. So I'm going to tip this on its side and then cut my pour basin to keep moving stuff out of my way. Ooh, little Canadian rock. April wine up next. Ah, sweet, sweet, sweet. I don't know, is that capturing what I'm trying to do here? Okay, I'm not pouring a huge piece here. It's long, but it's not like this big massive thing, so my basin doesn't need to be any larger than what I normally do, because I'm going to be kind of pouring the same amount of metal. Okay, not a lot dropped out. Even though it wasn't packed to the gills. Rock and roll all night. Yeah, I think that'll make it. Make sure all the holes make it through. Getting more entertainment. All right, I'm gonna go get wifey again. We'll put that back on, and the next thing you should see will be the actual pour. All right, I'm feeling way better. All right, wifey hasn't been out yet. I haven't gone in to get her, but I was getting ready to go in when I just kind of looked back, and I think I see a bit of a bow in this. And to me, it looks like it kind of curves in the middle. It bows out this way, so it's a curve like this. So I'll be interested to see how that works and how that's going to affect how this all gets together and fits together and such. Yeah, I'm trying to do, I think, something that is a little trickier than I first thought in my head, but we'll see how it goes. All right, next time, now I promise, next time will be the actual pour. All right, that looked textbook. I think I got a good part. Boy, since that steam explosion, I'm always a little bit hesitant as I'm pouring that aluminum, even though I put both those molds right over the fire to keep it nice and dry. All right. I'll turn this back on when it's time to break the mold apart. Alright, let's see if I can flip this thing over. Should be able to pick this up and flip it over by myself. Ugh. Shoot, not what I wanted to do, but it'll still work because I gotta clean that up anyway. Not as graceful. I should have had wifey help me do that. But anyway, looks like it was a successful cast. Let's see some flash, and for some reason that bow looks even more pronounced to me than it did earlier, but that's a good cast. All right, I just need one more of those. Goodness. That was more work than I was expecting. All right, let's move on and get this thing all cleaned up. Thanks a whole bunch for watching. If you found this video entertaining, informative, or any such things like that in any way, shape, or form, please like and subscribe. Blessings.